May as well play the intro while Ben's pouring waters.
Yep, Ben, you pour the waters. We'll play the intro, Matt.
Yes, please.
This or that.
Ben's still pouring the waters.
That's all right. You can...
I'll take one as well, please, mate.
You're actually going to make him pour, isn't
Mate,
it?
Your arms don't work, do they?
Oh, that is obviously
that's-
that's a disgrace if you don't.
Actually, it's like what my siblings would do. So I kind of respect it.
Well, there's not a lot of respect.
No, there's not much coming back though.
I've been assertive and offered you guys water, and then you just...
What's a polite thing to do? Usually it's
Well, you
me.
didn't, did you?
Because I always do it. That time you showed some initiative for this podcast. Rocked up late. We've been waiting here for half an hour.
Don't get me... Oh,
And
don't
you
get me
can't
started.
you can't say traffic.
No,
You can't.
If you say Trey, we're walking out.
Off air, we were having a debate about the traffic, but
There's no debate. I wasn't debating.
me and Nathan
Traffic's
were.
bad.
Oh.
It's just.
But it shouldn't be this bad. Like, it was bad.
All right, we're jumping to segment 4.
Anyway.
Here, this or that.
This week, this is a good one, I think. Again, my sources at the club have been really helpful. We'll keep them.
You're not doing much of your own work, are you?
People want to help, so I'm not going to say no to help.
Wow.
This week it's Dolly Wink, so Dolly Dolly.
I haven't got a pen.
Oh, we're a rabble in here.
We are.
Yeah,
right?
Rabble.
Dolly Wink.
Yeah.
Sounds like a horse.
Does sound like a horse.
Thank you.
Thanks, MJ.
Nice. Dolly Wink. What are the options?
Spell that for us, Harry.
So Dolly, then Wink.
Yes, I spell it.
Yep, you got it right.
Yep.
Dolly Wink, the first K-pop group to get nominated for a Grammy,
Ooh, K-pop. Nice.
or Japanese top-selling eyeshadow brand.
Oh, tough.
Eyeshadow, wink.
It's possible. I'm leaning to K-pop. Ben?
So what was the second option?
Japanese top-selling eyeshadow brand.
I'm going the eyeshadow.
I like it when we're split.
I'm right.
Ben is correct.
Damn it, I
Eyeshadow.
knew. He would have been happier.
I really didn't want to say that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's the best one yet.
I'm 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So,
Are you?
yep. Me and Rollo have nabbed the last 2. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep.
Nice.
Good work.
Bang.
Great weekend of footy.
Oh,
Really
what a weekend.
entertaining.
Yeah.
That Super Saturday, some of the games were not quite as good as we were hoping for, but your game in particular, Ben, both good wins. Well, let's just acknowledge that first of all.
Where's our
Where's our
MJ,
celebration
where are we?
montage? MJ's texting out there. Well, we're so used to it. We'll talk over the top of it because it's just so common these days.
Well, yeah. It is. You let us down last week, but
Yeah.
Oh, man, you've let us down for the last 8 years.
whoa. Don't sing like that.
So another win. So what's that? Your tally overall now? I like this because you've registered about a
Now
third
up
of
to double
your
figures.
Yeah, I think it could be 12. I think.
12 and 4 this year.
Might be 11.
4 this year, yeah. Yep. We won last week, so
Yeah.
7 and 4 is 11.
8.
He had 8 at North.
At
Oh,
8 at
sorry,
North,
mate.
mate.
Yeah.
Don't disregard that. Yep. So I think, 4 this year equals my wins in a season for my whole career, so which is pretty crazy.
You had never had 4 in a
this is your most-
season
This is your most winning
4
ever
or
season.
more, yeah. So I've equaled
Yeah.
that.
in round 6.
Yeah.
That's
We're
great,
not
man.
disrespecting anyone, but that's just
No,
that's
it's
just
facts are facts.
But yeah,
it's a-
Friday night was awesome. It was
It's a nod to how well Essendon's going. I don't think anyone saw you being 4 and 2.
well, yeah. It's obviously only early days, but I think the pleasing thing about the weekend was we played, fairly well throughout the whole 4 quarters. The week before, it was dribs and drabs, and the Bulldogs sort of had a few chances, but. The first half, especially some of the pressure the guys were putting on up the field was almost the best I've been a part of.
Yeah.
We had Alwyn Davey Jr. come in, Calders and Sammy Durham in the midfield. They were awesome.
Yeah.
So
Sam
I think-
Durham is a gun.
He's so
gun,
good.
man.
Yeah,
He's great to
Absolute
watch.
gun.
big fan.
He's been great. So from that point of view, I thought that was probably the best we've had all year. So
Yeah. Did you feel unlucky that the game came down to the wire like it did? Because you felt dominant for
yeah,
the majority of the night.
I think Adelaide kicked 3 goals before half time. One was from a 50-metre penalty. The other one was like a turnover right in front of goal.
Yeah.
And then Dawson kicked, to his credit,
That was a
ripper
banger,
from
yeah.
65. So we didn't feel like it was a momentum swing too much their way, but they kicked 7 in a row and got out to a 20-point lead. So speaking to a few of the boys in the past, that was sort of when things went downhill and the momentum to get it back they'd struggled with. So that was probably the most pleasing part, and that's something we spoke about internally in the review. So without, it wasn't doom and gloom, but we sort of always felt like, we're in this. Like it's not. We probably, even the last quarter, I feel like we had to capitalise a couple of opportunities. Maybe it doesn't get that close, but that last 2 or 3 minutes was probably the most intense period of any footy I've ever played. I reckon it was away game, big crowd, Friday night, hostile. But that's what you want to play for, and I love being out there, and lucky we went on the right side of the ledger. And
Adelaide's not a bad side, as you would have noticed last week, Harry. They're
just
much
hang around.
They're much better than 1 and 5.
Yep, agreed.
So to go over there and do it, it's a really good win for the Bombers. Braden wanted to say this about the Draper decision.
Hey, Braden from Westburn here. Just had a question for Ben. What was it like seeing Draper defuse the bomb in the last few seconds? Go Cats. Thanks.
Go Cats.
What do they call it? The bomb disposal.
Bomb disposal, like the hurt locker. We've gone through that enough now, but that's good. Great game, great win. You deserved it, I think, is the most important
What's
thing.
Carlton's tribute to Ben? What was that?
Well, we'll get to that now. So this is Dylan from Bendigo.
Dylan from Bendigo. Just noticed that Carlton paid the highest respects to Ben on the weekend, because if you plus the 17 and the 15, so 17 goals, 15 points, that it actually equals Ben's favourite number, 32. So I suppose my question is, Ben, how do you feel that your brother and his teammates paid the highest respect they can to you and 32? Also, just wondering, why did you pick 32?
It's a tip of the hat to you, mate.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Cool.
Yeah. How many did you kick in the end?
Pardon?
How many did you kick that
Contributed to that? Yeah.
Goals?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
And so it would have been 29 if it weren't for you.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Thanks.
Not sure what you mean there, but
I got it.
Will got it.
We should talk about Anzac Day before we move off Essendon.
thanks for that question, Dylan.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan.
So obviously your first Anzac Day this Thursday.
Yes.
And obviously when you became an Essendon player, that's the one that you circle in the diary.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're sitting here on a Tuesday now. What's the build-up been like early doors?
Yeah, it's been, everyone you talk to obviously tries to explain, what it means and how you feel out in that moment. It's some of the stories some of the boys have said in their experience has been pretty awesome. I think the club have done a pretty good job at trying to get a few people in and chat to the boys around some of their experiences. They do the Shrine visit as well. And then obviously pre-game, I think you're out in the field. I think it's 25 minutes before we start or something like that. So it's a long build up. But I think it's something, as you said, when you first join the club and you realise you get to play an Anzac Day, it's something you're very grateful for. And obviously, the day is so much bigger than sport, but to play a small part in that is something I'm very grateful for. Can't wait.
Have you spoken to all the recruits that will be joining you as a first timer? Are they all the same feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Brad's done a good job at trying to make us understand how different it is in a good way. I think Brad's come out and said he puts Anzac Day on a completely different pedestal than grand finals and finals. So when your coach is saying that's been there and done it, done it all, it means obviously a lot. So can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Obviously, the footy part of it's going to be great and two teams in form, but also the other side of it that's much more important than footy will be awesome to experience.
It would have to be one of the bigger Anzac Days in the last few years.
For sure, yeah.
I think last year both clubs were going pretty well. Obviously, Collingwood were going well. I think Essendon were 4-1, 4-2 or something.
Yeah, there's been big ones, but this one
it's up there,
has a buzz.
Yeah.
Harry, as a non-Collingwood Essendon player, I mean, you are in so many big occasion games and you've obviously played in big finals now, but is this a day that you kind of get a touch of jealousy? Or is it what's
absolutely, of course. I'd love to be playing. Like, it would be awesome to play on such a big occasion like that and massive 90+ thousand crowd and as Ben said, the day itself and similar to like the Good Friday kind of vibe where there's so much bigger than a game of football, but to be part of such a special day would be awesome. And absolutely, it's really cool that Ben gets to play in that. It'd be kind of a little bit weird seeing him play on Anzac Day because we grew up watching the game as kids, and for Ben to be part of that would be pretty special. And first time playing in front of a huge crowd like that probably. So
Yeah, what's the crowd? What did we say? Was it 70?
Round 1 was 75 or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, this year, yeah.
Yeah.
Still, you'll smoke that.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're expecting, but it'll be well over 90, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Which is, crazy. So.
And because you would have played in front of 80 plus.
Yeah, what's your biggest crowd, Harry?
I think what was one of the finals last year, 93 or something.
Trying to think how many times you would have played 80 plus, maybe, I don't know, 15,
20 maybe. Yeah.
Random guess. Yeah, so this is it'll be
fun.
so cool.
So it's so
I'm
much
pumped
fun
for
when
you.
you're playing in front of huge crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going
absolutely.
to be great.
So obviously we'll unpack all of that once that unfolds this week. But
Say that again.
I know I completely my unfold and my unpack. I'm trying to
So many
segue.
uns. Just
My uns. Carlton. Now we've brought 8 points in here, as we said before. Harry, you've brought 4 of them. A big win.
Yeah.
Probably. Does it feel like the biggest of the year so far? They were premiership favourites going into it. Yeah.
yeah, it's early on in the year. It's hard to I think it's hard to tell. I was saying this to someone the other day. Like wins can sometimes, after every win, like it's always a good feeling
Yeah.
and like a special moment. But wins probably they become bigger and more monumental as the season go on because you might look back on that win and think, oh, that was really important.
Yeah.
I thought opening round against Brisbane was a pretty huge win.
That's
They
true.
hadn't been beaten there in 3 years or whatever. But no doubt they were a really good side. They still obviously are. They were undefeated, probably the best team in the comp going in. So huge win. I thought the way we played, especially second half, was really really great. And a lot of guys are going to take a lot of confidence from that.
Yeah.
So it was a really fun day to be part of. Great game and
Maddie from Melbourne wanted to touch on this as well.
Hello, Maddie from Melbourne, big Blue supporter. Our wins just keep getting better. What I thought made the win on the weekend the best yet was that you boys did it with 14 or 15 players unavailable for selection, with a large chunk who were usually named in our best 23. So my question is whether the club spends any time internally recognising how much of an achievement this is, or is it reflected upon like any other win as if we had no injuries? Thank you. Go Blues.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's definitely touched on when we know we're big on like next man up. So it's, like obviously we'd love to have some of the personnel available that's not at the moment, but we fully trust that the next person will come up and play their role and get their job done. However, that's always celebrated and acknowledged post game and during the week. So I think an example like this where a few people had to come in and play slightly different roles and come in and get a job done. That's definitely highlighted and celebrated. There's definitely elements of that when, backs against the wall a little bit or personnel is missing. It's definitely acknowledged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Tasha from Gisborne also wanted to ask this.
Hi guys, this is Tasha from Gisborne. My question's for Harry. I was just wondering, in your game when you kicked your 2 goals and your opponent came back, you kind of had this look on your face like, oh no, not you again, and said something. I was just wondering what it is you said or what you were thinking. Thanks. Bye.
So she's referring to Leek Alir, who I thought played an exceptional game against you. There was some good delivery coming in and you looked like you were in the box seat to take it, and then he managed to just spring and find a fist.
Especially first half, he was very impressive.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a really good player. Only in his infancy of his career and very athletic, and I think he's going to be a really good player. So he definitely had some good moments. Someone told me about this today. It was when he must have been off the ground for a couple of minutes, and I kicked a couple of goals. And he came back on. I was like, oh, stiff mate, like you go off for 5 minutes and I start getting a kick. And then that was all it was. And then I just saw that he said something about it today. But
and then he's quoted saying, "You said you were gone for 5 minutes." That's basically all he said. I don't know what he was implying, but yeah. I don't think you're implying anything.
I was just,
You're giving him a compliment.
Just a
I was like, it's a
compliment.
bit stiff, mate. Like you're off for 5 minutes. It's annoying when it happens. It says it lights a fire for the 5K. I'm not sure what the fire is, but
The Blue Ford's cheeky quip. He sets a light
generally
of
feel
fire.
like, man, that's
It was
stiff.
literally a
You go
compliment,
off.
and it's
One of the least cheeky things I've ever heard.
it was literally a compliment. I said it's a cheeky quip.
You were gone for 5 minutes on a kick too. Stiff.
No, he's
No, he's good. Only 5
he's a really
games.
good player, so
He's going to be a star.
Keep an eye for it.
Chris from Brisbane wanted to add this.
Hey boys, Chris from Brisbane here. Just wondering, does Harry actually own any Tupperware? And has he found that suddenly the lids have all disappeared? Go Blues.
Lids are off. That's it.
Right.
Lids off.
I do have a bit of Tupperware at home. Yeah. They have lids though. You can't have Tupperware without lids.
No. Is Chris's cheeky equipment a lot of fire? And
That's just the fire's just been lit like that.
and Jackie, we didn't see the goal
Yeah,
celebration.
come on, man. This is rubbish.
It's getting ridiculous now.
Mate, I'm saving it for the right moment.
Don't talk the talk and not do it.
I don't think I ever actually said, "Oh, I'm going to do it this week." I was
No,
like,
you haven't actually
Wow.
announced it. You did have a big celebration at one point because
Did I?
yeah, it was a very like impassioned kind of hands out to the side and
Not sure. I don't think so.
big double fist pump. Yeah, for sure.
No, I don't think it was a double fist.
Oh, don't
Right, I
downplay.
don't
Mate, I'm not downplaying. I don't think it was.
It was.
You said off air you didn't even watch.
I want to find it on K. You were pumped at one point.
Fine. I'm sure. I don't think I gave it much more than just like the one fist.
I'm going to have a look. But this is
You don't
Jackie.
want to do that one fist thing, don't you?
one fist
Jackie
thing.
here from Melbourne. I have a goal celebration idea for Harry. Big H, if you were to kick a goal in front of the Carlton cheer squad, would you consider high-fiving a fan, like running up to the cheer squad and like high-fiving everyone?
Involving the crowd.
I think the only one that's kind of good for is if you like get a Joe the Goose and you run into an open goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Or you're right against the boundary.
And then
you
you
kind
like your momentum like is carrying you
Yeah.
along the boundary and you just go for a
Yeah.
high five.
that works.
We've done
Yeah.
a few of those, but
Do you remember when Tom Papley high-fived nobody? In that
that was a very good one.
yeah, that's
that
pretty
was
funny.
hilarious.
That was great.
One of my favourites. While I'm looking for this, we should talk this topic because I'm curious what you guys think about Skinfold tests. So it has come to light that the academy programs and the talent pathway programs have now scrapped it. So kids, prospective draftees coming through the system won't be Skinfold tested anymore. Are you guys currently being Skinfold tested?
Yep.
That's just been standard in your
Standard.
entire careers?
So I'm just reading this for the first time, but as soon as they get into the AFL system, assuming that it's going to be Skinfold when they first get in.
It
So
will suddenly happen to them, yeah.
I don't understand why having some awareness and knowledge and education around
Yep.
what Skinfolds are for, what's a good range for optimal performance,
Yep.
and how to, if you wanted to see a change in your Skinfolds, how to go about that. I don't understand why education around that
Yeah.
before you come into an AFL system.
It's
is
it's
a bad
also
thing, but-
understanding what skinfolds are and what purpose they
Yep.
have as well. So
Because if,
just
if,
like-
if there's no awareness around what a Skinfold test is, why it's used,
Yeah.
why it translates to performance, and then you walk into an AFL club and then all of a sudden that's really prevalent in front of mind, like you're going to be out of your depth a bit.
Yeah. So just for someone like me who has absolutely no idea, what kind of benefit? It's extremely obvious to you once you've done the Skinfold test. Like, geez, I'm carrying a bit more than I should be.
Yeah.
And what kind of things can you do to turn that around? Does it change your training model after that?
Yeah, well, there's nutrition, training, sleep, recovery, like everything. It's basically Skinfolds is you want to be in a range. Everyone's different, so there's a unique. There's not like
yeah,
a
there is
one,
a little
one
bit of genetic in it, but
there's not a one set number that's
Yep.
going to be fit for everyone because depending on your genetical makeup and what type of player you are,
Yeah.
what type of season is. Like in winter, you want to have a little bit more because you don't want to get, if you're too low, you might get sick. Like little things like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's more about you being the optimal athlete and what that looks like for you. So
Yeah.
more education, in my opinion, more education around how that's used and what the benefits of understanding that is. There's no downside to that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why have they said they've taken it out. Like, what is it?
For mental health of the young players coming through, which, I don't know, take it or leave it. Well, there you go. Interesting. Got a bit out of that. I wasn't sure if that was going to go anywhere.
no, it's fair conversation.
Nice. Taylor Swift's new album. This is one MJ wanted to get to. So Michaela is one of many, many people that sent through the question. So we'll just play her version of it.
Hi, Ben, Harry, and Will. I'm Michaela from
Will.
Sydney, and I was just wondering if Harry's listened to Taylor Swift's new album yet, and if he enjoyed it. Go Blues!
What's it called? Something poet department something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
Tortured Poets
Tortured Poet
Department.
Department.
Yeah,
Tortured
which
Poets.
I think is just an absolute cringe fest.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Do you know the backstory?
No, I'm not sure.
She's
Really.
just such a tortured poet. I don't want all the Swifties to come
Gee,
up.
we just be tread lightly, mate. Mike,
Well,
Is that confirmed? That's your opinion of it.
Well, I've listened to 3 songs, and look, Taylor's never for me. I respect Taylor, but I've spoken to Swifties that think this is a miss.
right.
Wow.
How much have you listened to?
So I actually was listening to a few songs pre-game when I was just chilling around the house.
Yeah.
I might have listened to 3 or 4. I think I'm on the record of saying I was more of a fan of Taylor's like country music and her older stuff. The last couple of albums, not necessarily my favourite, but I'm nearly waiting because
you turn.
There's 32 songs on the album, so I'm nearly waiting for someone to like these are the 5 best songs.
Yeah.
Invest a bit of time on listening to those.
Yeah.
She's got Post Malone on one.
Yeah, that one's
is
good.
right?
I think it's called Fortnite. I was listening to that bit.
That's the first one. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
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 To
But
quote,
it was a double album as well.
yeah, she just dropped that out of the blue.
Yeah.
To
Double
quote MJ, if Taylor was a footy player, the feedback would be bring your mouth guards on Monday after this. So
Wow.
and he's a Swiftie.
Yeah, Closet Swifty.
Closet Swiftie.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
no,
I'll have to listen to it a bit more.
yeah. Well, we'll get more feedback next week.
Yeah.
Now, I found this third quarter goal that you kick, and I just want to see if you think this is a big celebration or not. I hope they show it. This is just on the KO Mini.
I hope they pan to Lee Lear on the bench.
Because this is late in the third to give Carlton the lead.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
And what were you trailing by? About 4 or 5 goals at one point. It was getting dangerous.
Long flat.
Look at that. Look at that. You're pumped.
It's no more than usual.
Oh, you're running. Yeah. No, come on.
Hit his
That's
top
more,
speed, yeah.
that's more than usual.
Yeah,
I think it's about as close.
You hit your top speed for the game in the celebration. Telstra
It's
tracker.
a standard one,
Touch
mate.
the tracker. All right. Twinners and losers.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Birds often think I'm a tree.
and losers.
I hate cheese.
Oh my god. I had probably 2. One was like just a second one's more of a discussion, but twin over the week to start with is the NBA playoffs starting.
Yep.
Even we had it today, and we had a meeting just in the last 40 seconds of the last
Lakers
last
Nuggets.
quarter Lakers Nuggets.
Yeah.
And it was great read by the coaches. They were like, boys, just we'll delay it by 5 minutes and watch the last minute. So everyone watched
Oh,
the
good,
last minute.
yeah.
It was
So they have a
really
bit
good
of-
read by the
yeah.
coaches. Yep. So I think it's great to have those the playoffs.
You're a
on.
Nuggets fan, aren't you? Remember growing up? You were,
Today I am Nuggets, yep.
You loved Carmelo Anthony growing up, remember?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Were you still a Nuggets fan or not?
Today I am, yeah.
No, I'm serious. Do you follow
No,
the team
well,
or not?
after a good win, I'm happy to be a Nuggets fan.
All right.
Do you like?
No, I'm being
We've
serious. Do
been-
you actually have a team or not?
No.
We've been through this, haven't we? You
We've
just
been
you,
through
you,
this.
you like following players.
Yeah.
That's most Australian NBA fans are like that, I reckon.
Because we're not as patriotic towards it.
No, you got no reason to support a
Yeah.
team.
Yep.
I went to a Nuggets game last year, so they're kind of my team, but
Until they lose.
until they lose.
Yeah.
I also don't,
Yeah.
Can you really support a sport where
Nah.
you're not really
Well, NFL is a bit different.
living,
I reckon,
breathing
but-
it?
My second one, it's more of a discussion. I'd love sparkling water is like my favourite drink on the planet right
Yeah.
now, and I've been loving my like post game ice cold sparkling water. I'd love to know people out there like their suggestions for the top 3 sparkling water because I reckon for me,
What do you mean?
Mount Franklin, the
Oh,
brand,
brand. Sorry, yeah.
brand.
I was going to say.
Sparkling.
extra
Slowly
cold sparkling
sparkling
water, ice cold sparkling water. I love some recommendations of some brands because
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Are you not into the
No,
Mount
I'd just
Franklin?
love to know if there's any ones we're missing out on out there.
So
Like a
the
gourmet.
The twinner is sparkling water, and you were just a conversation.
yeah, just
to-
a conversation started around. Is there some, some brands out there that we might not be as popular that are really good?
Well, just give us your top 3.
Yeah.
I reckon Mount Franklin number 1.
Yep.
Cool Ridge number 2, and then the Coles one that we have at Mum and Dad's. They're
yep.
really nice.
Yep. That's a good point.
That's my 3.
Are you sparkling fan as well?
Oh,
Benny?
this Ben used to say so when there was a few of us, my old housemates and myself, we used to always love sparkling water, always have. And if Ben ever came around, I would have it. We'd like, Ben, would you like a sparkling water? And Ben's like, absolutely not. Like it's so bad for you. You can't be drinking.
Bad for you?
I've never
Yes,
said
you
it's
did.
so bad.
Yes, you did.
No, I'll
So,
back
like,
myself
How do you
up
think
here.
they got the bubbles in it? It can't be good for you. Don't deny that you said that
I'm
because I'll
not
get proof.
I did say that, but I wasn't into sparkling water at the time, and I must have read something somewhere. And just to defend myself that I didn't really drink it, I've said, "Oh, it's not good for you."
It could not be good for you.
Don't like it because of health reasons.
Yeah.
Water with air in it.
Yeah, you can't be involved.
No, I just wasn't a sparkling water fan, so I just to stir him up, I said it wasn't good for you.
Yeah.
And then I've since changed my tune. And I love it.
Oh, you've come around.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, shock. What's water?
Yeah.
It
is. Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, it
not
is
to
just
like.
water.
Yep.
Nice. Do you have a loser, Harry?
Well,
I actually don't. I was going to say Ben's ad read, but yeah. Well, I've had it.
What's the ad read for?
So our awesome sponsor at the moment, KX Pilates.
Oh, I haven't heard this one.
Yeah, listen to it.
I was great. I really carried
When
it.
we were doing it, Ben was just so robotic. MJ had to be like, all right, mate, just like pump up the energy.
Why
a
lie?
bit. Look at him,
Why
MJ's
lie?
right.
Yeah, of course he's going to laugh.
It's so robotic, but
You couldn't get 2 words out in a row.
so good.
No, you couldn't. We need to get that like a blooper reel. That would be pretty funny, actually.
Go for an hour. Anyway, that's my loser, Ben's ad read.
That's a shot.
Not KX Pilates, though.
No, we love KX Pilates.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no,
If you want to do
drama
Pilates,
there.
go to KX Pilates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
My twinner, it's Taylor and I's 9th year anniversary today.
Congratulations.
Oh,
I didn't know.
congratulations, mate.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks. Thanks, fella.
Did you bring a gift, Harry?
Yeah, where's the gift?
Why would I be bringing a gift?
Yeah, I don't
Because it's our 9-year anniversary.
No, it's not for other people to bring
Seems
gifts.
between you and Taylor
Yeah.
more so.
Do you know? Because you know how.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there any plans to drop the knee?
Not anytime soon, no. There's no rush.
Why not? You're nearly 30 and you've been together
Nearly
for 9 years.
30.
Nearly 30.
Jeez.
What, you are?
We're 26.
Yeah, you're nearly 27,
I just-
which is basically 30.
Yeah, all right. I don't feel like there's any real rush, but we're very happy and I love her lot. So, happy
Oh.
anniversary.
No, that's great.
What'd you get her?
We
9
just-
years
we
is a
just-
big milestone.
Not really. 10 years is the big one, obviously.
10's a big
We
one.
just went out for dinner a couple of nights ago. So,
So nothing nice?
We went to Nobu, actually.
Oh, nice. A crown.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be nice.
Yes, it always
Yeah, that was sharp.
always lands. So 9th anniversary gifts are traditionally, I'm reading, pottery or willow.
Yeah, that's right.
Get her a cricket bat.
She could have got you one.
That's true.
Nice.
Nice.
Loser?
My loser, with our Virgin Velocity membership, I've dropped down, unfortunately, from platinum to gold,
no.
which was pretty depressing. I saw that on our flight from Adelaide that I'd gone to gold. So I think that the main difference is that every flight you get as a member, you get some bonus points.
Yeah.
And as platinum, you get the most amount of points. Obviously, that adds to your overall velocity points that you can
Yeah.
buy extra flights or whatever. So that
now-
was just a little loser.
Now you can only have 3 guests into the Virgin they had instead of 4.
Well, you didn't have a loser.
Must be
mate.
tough, mate.
You got no leg to stand on. You didn't have a loser.
My loser was you.
Is
No,
that
it was always a good loser.
We're having a conversation. Just shut up.
is like, are you going to fly less than you did with North? Like honestly, Essendon not playing in
Not-
Canberra and Hobart and
Not at the first half of the year. We're very similar, I think.
Yeah.
We've travelled every second week.
yeah.
But the back end of the year, we don't leave Melbourne, so we play Gold Coast round 12 up there, and then from that game, we don't travel until the last round of the year. So we got like
Gee whiz.
over 10 weeks in Melbourne.
And are
in
you
a row.
like for both of you? Do you obviously enjoy that time? or do you-
I've liked travelling. Yeah.
yeah.
I've never.
Yeah, and they're some of the best wins if you get an
Oh,
interstate
bloody
win.
Yeah.
Well, on the weekend, it was my first win at Adelaide Oval. So
True.
Yeah.
And you just had your first win at
Yeah.
Adelaide.
Yeah. Right. There you
Look at
go.
this.
Wow.
MJ, you got the music, maybe?
Everything's just coming together.
So that's my twinner and loser. I'll put that one. There it is.
Nice.
Roller, yours?
I saw a movie called The Fall Guy.
You
Last
put that up
night.
on Insta.
Yeah, it's really good.
Speaking of Insta, you commentated a game.
Oh yeah, I did.
How'd
Yeah,
you go?
on Saturday. Oh,
Boyhood
Did-
dream. You've captained
yeah,
it.
yeah. It was. I've always wanted to call a game at the Gabba.
MJ, can we get any of that up?
Call my Lions? Yeah, it's in the system somewhere. I think
We need
How'd
to
you,
get that
how'd you
up.
go?
It was. I'm personally pretty happy. But did you see much of the game?
No, I didn't watch any
It
of
was wet
yeah.
weather, wasn't it?
Well, there was a record for clangers and a record for stoppages apparently.
Right.
So there's only so many times you can say, and Close sees that over the boundary line, and then it's just like once again, that ball's trapped in. We'll have it up, thrown up again. Like, so it was pretty brutal, and obviously calling your team as they lose is
Oh, that's true.
yeah,
You have to try and be
gut punch.
emotionless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pretending I'm pumped that Tyson Stengel's running in.
And
And what a good goal.
Yes, he's done it.
Keep the goal.
Yeah.
Who was your commentating co-partner? You have two people doing it.
Yeah, I
or
had
just-
Brett Thomas was calling it,
Right.
and then we had Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Black. So that was also a thrill. And then
Had you met Simon and Tom before?
I'd met Blackie very briefly, both of them very briefly.
that was
but-
Blackie's pretty cool.
oh
man.
my
As
god,
a-
that was
as
the
a,
best. And then
Brisbane supporter.
and I was pissing down, so Blackie dropped me back to the hotel, and
You were just
He's a
like,
great man, Blake.
oh my
Yeah,
god,
he's a
one
legend.
of the
the
very
greats.
best.
Really? Yeah, nice.
an absolute king. So that made it the
Yeah.
trip worthwhile.
Yeah.
Loser? Oh,
Probably that. Probably the rain. Did not stop raining from the second I got to Brisbane.
Oh, really?
And I was there for 24 hours. And yeah, I mean, I'm being a bit sour, but I reckon it maybe cost Brisbane the game. A game they really needed to win.
What are they now, 2-4?
2-4, yeah. Winless at the Gabba, which is
really?
amazing.
There you go.
Question time.
Audio from TikTok.
Monica sent this in, first of all. This is from a TikTok, so I haven't heard this, but it's tomato related.
Don't do that. Seriously, it's so annoying. It's just gross.
Well, what annoys you? So I'm going to keep doing it.
It's not good for anyone to hear.
Roll doesn't mind it.
Here's Monica.
Y'all, one day I just woke up and I started liking tomatoes. I always hated tomatoes. They were slimy and gross, but then I just woke up and I was like, man, I could eat me a tomato. So now I eat tomatoes.
Is that you, Harry?
Is that you?
I'm similar to that person
Tomato.
on TikTok.
You eat tomatoes?
I woke up and I just started liking tomatoes. Yeah.
What are they? The wettest?
You call them dry.
That one was dry. The one we got in was dry.
That is a dry one.
There's just a rough one that was a bit dry. That's all.
It's the wettest vegetable you can ever eat.
The world's first dry tomato.
That's brilliant.
Just a couple of questions because we've run a bit over with all the footy stuff this week, but we'll talk to Belinda.
Hi, Ben and Harry. Belinda from Pascoe here. My question for you both is, if you could relive any match you've been a part of, but this time as a spectator, which one would you choose and why? Good luck for this round. Bye.
Great question, Belinda. That's great.
question.
I've always thought, I know it didn't go our way, but the 2022 round 23 game against Collingwood.
Crazy.
I think that'll be one of the best games
Yeah.
of the last 20, 30 years from a home away game.
Yeah.
And we would have loved to win it. And obviously, it was heartbreaking not to win that. But the game, you couldn't script it. Like, it was just so,
Yeah.
the last game of the season, everything was on the line. Beautiful day, the afternoon at the G, 90,000. Like, it was just a pretty cool day to be part
It's
of.
funny you say that. It's probably the most heartbreaking loss Carlton supporters would have had in living memory.
Just to
It was
go back,
gut-wrenching.
you
It
had
was-
to, if you won that, you were in the finals, right?
And if Collingwood won, they made top 4.
But you had like 4 cracks at winning the last game, didn't you? What did you lose
I
the
think we
last
needed one of
3?
the last 3 or something.
Something like that. You just had to win one, and then it came
And we
down
lost
to
to
that.
Melbourne the week before, really close.
Yeah.
And then-
That's right.
And
then
you were
who
leading
knows,
all day.
But like that might have been the catalyst for last year making
Exactly.
finals and this year. So
Which
it's like
might
it
be
all
a
happens
catalyst
for a
for
reason.
this year.
So.
Yeah, exactly right.
But that was like obviously the result sucked, but as a pure game to be part of, that was that's one I'll always remember.
You have said multiple times that that's the loudest noise you've heard as a player.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah. It was Elliot, wasn't it? Running in? Yeah.
Yeah, but even throughout the whole day, I remember in the third quarter, like Motsy kicked a goal and it was just like the place was shaking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yours is probably not quite as big.
Not as big.
Hobart round 12.
Wasn't that funny, man?
What are you like last week?
Well, it's up there.
Honestly.
No, the last week was good. But I'd say 2022 when we defeated Richmond when Lee Adams took over as a first caretaker coach. And we'd had this really strange history that whenever the caretaker coach took over for the first
That's
game,
right, yeah.
we'd won and we were like, yeah, it was a close game. So probably that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should have started with Ben, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway. Some just show up.
Hey.
Oh, come on, mate.
He had 12 to pick from. It's an unfair.
I should have asked him this next week because he probably would have said Anzac Day because that probably trumps everything.
Mate, exactly. Yeah,
That's all right. Even if regardless of the result to a degree, it's going to be an incredible experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, you're nearing 30, so you know your career's wrapping up.
Good.
Massimo.
You know what that means, though? If I'm 30, you're 30.
Well, I'm only basically 25, so.
Is that how you view it?
Massimo, we got a question from Massimo.
Nice.
Hi, Harry. Hi, Ben. Massimo here from Analyzer. Quick question. Who gets favoured more by the umpires? Defenders or forwards? Thanks.
Thanks.
That's a good question. That's a great
Good,
question.
Massimo. I like it.
Well, I feel like the umpires favour forwards more.
And then Harry will take the
Of course,
opposing view.
so. Well, the umpires do the best they can, Will. So, but it does feel sometimes the forwards get a good run out of it.
But then also the amount of stuff that defenders get away with is
like what?
Criminal. That's all I'm saying. I think the
Like
umpires
what?
do
Well,
a
you
great
got to
job
back
as
up
well.
your argument. You can't just say that.
Yeah,
and not.
maybe you got
The
to.
amount of times they hold.
Do you think sometimes when you guys hold, the umpires aren't looking for your hold; they're looking for the other hold?
Oh,
No.
Sometimes, yes.
No.
Yes.
We can sit here and argue all day.
Yeah, I want to hear a bit of it though.
No, but defenders do get away with a lot. in my opinion.
What's the most annoying,
So
illegal thing?
Defenders are very good at, and the trap is sometimes that defenders are really good at doing holding, checking, doing something that probably shouldn't do before the ball's like in your area, and then they're good enough at the last second to let go, and then so that's kind of impeded your run.
Do you see that as craft?
Yeah. Well, there's an element of craft, but there's an element of if you're taking your eyes off and holding your arm or got my jumper or you're not looking at the ball.
More often than not, that'll be paid though if someone's holding your arm and taking your eye off the ball.
Everyone gets seduced to watching the contest, but like sometimes all you need to do is impede a run, 2 or 3 seconds before the ball's there, and that's enough.
But you got to remember, there is, especially in D50 or forward 50 for the opposition, there's an umpire watching the contest. That's like one umpire is watching just our contest. So you got to be very careful. Yeah. And they're watching well and truly before the ball's been kicked sometimes. So
all I'm saying, I reckon forwards might get more free kicks than defenders, but there's way more that they should get as well.
And vice versa. So
anyway,
yes, but
just a reminder, Will, we're on Instagram and TikTok.
Good, Harry.
Head to Ben and Harry podcast and send us a DM.
Hasn't been that good.
He's showing initiative.
Try.
But you poured the water, Ben, so
that's a big step.
Have you even sipped that water yet?
No,
it's got his sparkling.
He
didn't even need it.
There's more just to make him do it.
Prove a point.
Just to prove a point. Not thirsty at all.
I'll remember that. I've got a long memory.
Yep. Anyway, all the best for Anzac Day, mate. I think
nice.
Who do you guys play?
Geelong on Saturday, Arvo.
Huge game.
At the Curry?
No. At the G.
No. Why do you have to get so defensive about that?
I said no at the G.
You're like, no.
Have you been to the Cattery? Has Carlton played there?
Yeah.
When?
Played there for like 3 years straight.
Really? I'm struggling to picture
18,
it.
19, 20.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Big games. Probably the 2 biggest games of the weekend you're both playing in. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
Good luck, Bino. Just
thanks,
back
Grincho.
yourself in, mate.
Grincho.
Grinch. I did enjoy the Grinch and the AI.
We need to talk about that. That was a little bit cringeworthy, but
I loved it.
Mate, I looked at it. I was
It
like,
was
what
really
am I
good.
looking at here? I read MJ's message.
they didn't look anything like us.
Didn't
but
look anything like us.
your guy looked pretty similar to you.
Did he?
Which one was you?
Which one? They all look the same, didn't they?
Apparently there was one that looked more like you than the other two. But
More Rollo-esque.
yeah,
Well, one of them, there was 2 birds on one head, so I'm sure that was me.
Yeah.
that was funny.
Could have been
And
wrong.
a tomato, 32. It was all good.
Yeah, nice. Check it out on the Instagram if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
At Ben and Harry Podcast. Send us a DM. Beautiful. Best of luck, boys.
Thank you, guys.
Go Blues.
Go
Go
well.
Dons.